Hey out there, YouTubers. As many of you know, we've been into the clarinet mouthpieces for several different videos. I think maybe 5 or 6 videos now. And we've covered the interior design, the bore and the chamber. Um, and also we've talked about facings, shown how clarinet mouthpieces are faced, and something about the effect of facings on playing and the effect of interior design on pitch, color, and shape. So we pretty much covered it, but there's one very important aspect that we haven't covered yet, and that is the consideration of materials. As many of you know, clarinet mouthpieces are made from several different materials, different kinds of plastics, with different kinds of mixtures of rubber and plastic, and hard rubber as well. I've even seen soapstone mouthpieces. I've seen metal clarinet mouthpieces with metal facings inlaid into wood, clarinet mouthpieces, and just on down the line and on down the line. Now, I know there's a kind of tendency, and by the way, I'm sure I'm going to make some people angry by saying this, but I really have to speak what I see is accurate and what is the truth. I think it's beneficial for you, and it protects you, so that it helps you get the best mouthpiece you can get at the best price that you can get it at, so that you're not being taken advantage of in any way. But there are those out there that claim that there's some special magical material that makes mouthpieces so much better. And then there are also those that claim that the materials of the past or the old mouthpieces are the ones that are the best. Now, you know, if I had one of those old mouthpieces that I knew a famous player played, and as happened to me, I opened the desk of that famous clarinet player's the desk drawer of his desk, and I saw 30 of those mouthpieces, none of which was any good, which finally he was able to select one that was satisfactory to him. I would not have all the greatest confidence in the world that I had a decent mouthpiece. You know, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. And when years ago, all there was HSR mouthpieces and machine-made mouthpieces that were badly faced, mostly from Europe, then someone that would come along and hand finish a mouthpiece accidentally, 1 out of 20 or 30, that was really a decent mouthpiece, then and a famous player played it, then you know, everybody gets on the bandwagon. But is that the wise thing to do? No, the wise thing to do is not do that, but the wise thing to do is to learn how to evaluate mouthpieces according to the standards and criteria that we've laid out, and actually test each mouthpiece on its performance, not on the label and not on the claims, many of which are unsubstantiable and spurious, that a lot of people are making to take advantage of you and to charge you a lot of money because somebody famous happens to have their name stamped onto the mouthpiece. Don't let this happen to you. This happens all the time, not just in the music business. Sad to say, but it happens all the time, and your only protection is knowledge and your ability to apply that knowledge, so that you can really get the right piece of equipment. We've all been to Consumer Reports, probably, and we've all seen their Consumer Reports Best Buy after testing out the real performance of this or that product. And many times the Best Buy costs hundreds of dollars less than the product that is trying to appear as the best with just a high price and name recognition. So don't let this happen to you. Anyway, let's get back to the whole idea of materials in mouthpiece and see what materials actually contribute to, in a positive sense, to mouthpiece design. Mouthpiece materials, above and beyond all other things, should be stable and should hold very precise dimensions. As we noted that the interior design of the mouthpiece, the bore and the chamber, they're essentially empty spaces that through which vibrations flow, and the design of that space and the stability of that space is very, very important for the actual experience of musical performance. So we want the mouthpiece material to be very stable, and we find that there are several materials that are. Some mouthpieces are being made out of mouthpieces that are not stable materials, or out of materials that are not stable, for instance, like grenadilla wood. But people play them because they like the sound of them until the dimensions go all south and they have to be refixed. So some materials are very good for certain things and not so good for other things. But the first thing that we really want out of a mouthpiece that we're going to keep for a while and work with and love and play is stability and precision in the dimensions. So the mouthpiece plays well at the beginning because of good design, and it continues to play well because those designs remain stable throughout the time that we use it. So materials, stability, and precision, and its ability to take precise dimensions is very, very important.